What is happening, everybody? So, little update on the Cherokee. I've had tires. Let's talk tires. I always, in the beginning. Let's turn back the clock to the beginning of my off-roading, which I've been into off-roading for about 33 years now, and in the beginning, it was super swampers on an older vehicle that I had, an old Land Cruiser. And then I switched over to BF Goodrich mud terrains, and they worked really good. They worked really good. Then I got this, and when I first got this, I had Goodyear MTRs. I used to run Goodyear MTRs, the older ones, and then that newer version, the MTR. I think they were the Goodyear MTs, I think. They were first, and then they turned into the MTRs. And I ran them on this for years, I ran MTRs, Goodyears on this thing for not a good 8 years, easy 8 years. And I just recently switched over back to BF Goodrich. And my MTRs I had on here were just completely wasted. They were as smooth as this wall right here, you know, so they were pretty shot. They were giving me some problems, so I made a nice giant leap forward with tires, and I stepped up to BFG's back again to the KO2 All-Terrains. The tire is a 35 12.5 right there, 35 12.5 15, and it is your KO2 All-Terrain. Rims are kind of a little rusted there, but they still hold air pretty good. And I'll tell you what, these tires are absolutely freaking amazing, and I can't believe the difference these tires make on this truck. I cannot believe it, because the whole time I've had this truck, I've always had like an aggressive off-road tire on it, and I just got so used to it, you know, the vibrations and everything. I got immune to it. You don't even feel it after a while, you know what I mean? You just do not even feel it. And after putting the KO2s on there, and you know, having that like kind of all-terrain tread on there, I am blown away how smooth this truck is right now because of these tires. I'm blown away how smooth and how nice this thing is to drive on the road because of these tires. I'm flat out floored. I really am. And it's that big of a difference these tires make on road. Right now, I'm restricting this truck to daily driving because I have a severe rust problem on my passenger floor pan, which doesn't exist because of rust. And my frame rail, I got some rust issues on my frame rail, so I gotta restrict it to just daily driving right now. When I get that fixed, then I'll venture off-road with it, and I'm really curious how these work off-road. I've heard nothing but good things about them off-road. I mean, they probably got a little restrictions and limitations off-road, but this suspension, this suspension's a Clayton, it's a Clayton 8-inch lift on here, and it's the Pro Series, the 3-link front, Pro Series 3-link front, and I'm running Clayton's coil conversion in the rear, and the arm setup, I don't even know if you can see that. It's a double triangulated rear suspension. It's a double triangulated rear with rear coil, and this thing has an enormous amount of wheel travel. I mean, the top of these tires, I can get 2 feet below the rocker. That's how far that drops out. Just an insane amount of wheel travel, and the same thing in the rear too. I can drop the top of that tire 2 feet past the rocker, down below the rocker. It's absolutely incredible, and the suspension works extremely well. So I'm thinking these tires are going to work pretty good with my suspension in that truck. And I'm locked front and rear, Detroit locker in the back. and an air locker in the front. But the truck works extremely well. I'm overly happy with how it works off-road. And not that I'm going to really do any wheeling anytime soon, but as far as the tires, I think they'll work pretty good off-road too. But I just wanted to give a shout out to BF Goodrich for taking that giant leap forward and redesigning the All-Terrains from the KOs to the KO2s. Major redesign with these tires, and they work extremely well. I mean, I haven't ventured off-road with it yet, but just from what I feel on road, from my feedback and what I feel on road about these tires, they're absolutely amazing, and they make the biggest difference. They've made the biggest difference on this truck. It may not be the same for your truck and your Cherokee or whatever you're driving. It may not be that big of a difference, and you may not feel it, but I feel a huge difference with these tires. Much more smoother and much less rolling resistance going down the road. Hopefully it'll give me a little bit of hopefully a little better miles per gallon too. Like, you know, you can always use a better mile per gallon, a little bit better miles per gallon when you have a four-wheel drive truck, especially a Jeep too. A mile on the gallon better is always nice. But anyway, I just wanted to give a little update on my new BFG KO2 All-Terrains. And I think when these wear out, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think they'll look I think they kind of look a little small in the wheel wells. Like that gap there, I use all that gap right there. I'm not really talking about that. But the tires, I think, are looking a little smaller than the MTRs. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. But that amount of room right here, this tire fills that room up right here. So I need that much room in these tires, with these tires. But I don't know. I think they look pretty good on here. I think they look pretty good. So that's my KO2s. And I wanted to say something else. These KO2s, I've been a firm believer, an absolute firm believer in these tires for probably, I got to say, about 28 years, since almost my beginning days of off-roading in the mid 80s, the late 80s, I got to say. When I first started hearing about these KO All-Terrains, the all-terrain tires, and I've been a big believer in these tires being like a great tire for about 28 years now. And it's so funny because I've talked countless people. I can't even count how many people in that time period that I've talked into getting these tires, and they absolutely loved them. They loved them. They didn't regret anything of getting these tires. They loved them, and they thanked me for talking them into it. You know what I mean? So I've talked countless people into getting these All-Terrains, and it's funny because I've never ever had a pair of All-Terrains ever, because I've always had that off-road side of me that wanted a more aggressive tire for off-roading. That's I never really ran an All-Terrain before. That's one reason. But I've never had a set of All-Terrains before, and I've liked them for probably 28 years now. And I've talked countless numbers of people into getting them and loving them. And I've never had a pair for myself. I never had a set of All-Terrains for myself, And this is my first set of All-Terrains, believe it or not, which is pretty funny. But I'm loving them, man. I'm really loving them. The difference may not be the same for you, whatever you're driving, Jeep, Ford, Chevy, whatever you're driving. You may not feel that big of a difference. And I'm talking about just on road. You may not feel the big difference that I felt, but the difference is definitely there. It's definitely there. Excuse me it's super cold out today. It's like 16 degrees. It's like 16 degrees out right now. And I'm in Newfoundland, New Jersey, kind of a section of West Milford. And the wind chill right now, with the wind chill, it's like 8 degrees. So it's pretty cold. But the difference may not be as big in your vehicle, what you're driving, as I felt with these on my vehicle. But they're worth looking into. BF Goodrich, thank you very much for creating such a great tire. Thank you guys very much. And those are 35s, but I think the next set I'm putting on this truck is definitely going to be a 37. I think I'm going to go with the 37 KO2s. It may be the KM3s, the mud terrains, but I think I'm going with the 37-inch KO2 as my next set of tires. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys an update on the Cherokee. It's doing pretty damn good these days. It's running pretty good. I've had no issues. Thank God, knock on wood. Whew. No issues so far. Just maintenance at this point. With 250,000 miles on it, I gotta keep up with the maintenance. Everything else is doing pretty good on it. It's running good. It's handling good. It's driving good. So again, knock on wood, everything's pretty good. So anyway, that's it for now. You guys have a good day. And if you want to see anything, if you want any questions about that truck, if you want to know anything about it, you have any comments, questions, or anything, please comment below. And I'll try to answer any question. If you want a link on any parts that I have in this thing, any questions, anything, just comment or post your comment below, and I'll just do my best to try to answer you and give you a link to any part or anything like that. Anyway, you guys have a good day, and peace out.